Let me know when you actually start. You're recording it, right?
This should I just hit record, bro.
Alright, valid.
I just hit record.
We in a fucking building. Undetected New York podcast, long time coming. Big star surprise co-host. Negash in the building. Bobby P90 in the building. Also known as EOK. Also known as EOC. No, I'm just kidding. He hates that shit, right? You don't like that shit?
Yeah, it's an acronym for everything's okay. It's not a EOC. It's none of that.
No funny. That's actually my first time hearing EOC.
Oh, see?
You know what I'm saying?
If you in a friend circle, you're not saying EOC. For all yous that say EOC, my mans is not your mans.
I don't really know you if you call me EOC. I was at this graph show the other night, and mad people were like, yo, EOC. And I'm like, no. It's EOK. He's like, but you pronounce it EOC. No.
Different.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, when people be like, oh, that's my boy. Call him right now. We need to validate these claims because these claims are getting absurd.
My son Bobby goes by like 30 different nicknames aside from his graph name.
You feel me?
You know what I mean?
This guy's really the man that's really undetected because people don't really know his fucking, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna put him on blast.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But
that's a fact.
Let's get into it. For the meantime, the audio's rolling.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
What did you lovely gentlemen get into last night? Because you guys look like you had a time last night.
I'll let Bobby explain.
So last night, it was our homegirl's birthday. Zeke was guest DJ.
I forgot about
Open
that.
bar.
It was so lit, I forgot I
Let's
DJ'd
talk
for
about
2
how
hours.
Bobby has so many friends. It's somebody's birthday every week. How do you do it?
Honestly, life is pretty funny because I went 16 days without a phone, and every single day I still managed to get into some shit. Like,
that's the life.
I went to go.
There was a lot of motherfuckers last night with new phones. That's all I
it was
really
like 4 or
remember.
5 of us.
It was like 4 or 5
flexing.
people with
Everybody
new phones.
except
one different colors.
Yeah, we had the 16. Had a 16 as well.
Shit,
Yeah, we was lit
honorable
last
mention to.
night. Yeah, and was there last night dancing with
Oh,
in front of her.
That's what
Yo,
it
there
sounded
was
like.
a lot going on.
Damn,
Shout out.
That sounded very. That sounds very.
I didn't pop out because I wanted to be professional. He's single, so we don't care. We don't care about how he feels. We don't care about. We don't care about none of that shit. All right, not over here on this podcast.
Yeah, we sound like degenerates, but yeah, he was dancing with some guy's girl.
Listen, that's regular shit.
Nah, he was the life of the party,
He
and
was
he
the
ended
life
up getting on the DJ board.
You gonna lose your bitch to my mans when
He
my
was
mans
wildin'.
is the most lit in the party,
We went
and
to
you
the-
standing around.
My son was active at the Dim Sum Palace.
Yeah, we was at the Dim Sum Palace till like 2 a.m. Yeah, my little cousin tried to Irish goodbye with. That shit was crazy.
That was fake. My first time having dim sum.
Yeah, me too.
For the people who don't know, what is dim sum?
I think what they was explaining to me was a soup dumpling.
Soup dumpling, got you.
But they had all types
They
of
had
shit
all-
up in there. The General Sal, however you say it, fire.
The silent T.
Yeah, the silent T is crazy.
Nah, it's
General
neurolinguistics. The T is there, but it isn't verbalized.
Neurolinguistics.
Yeah,
That's hard.
neurolinguistics. Like a lot of people think the G in lasagna is silent. It's actually not silent.
You heard it here first.
Wow.
Thinking
Shout out
just
to
because
my homegirl Anna for putting me onto a lot of things. She tried to put me onto some politics, but you know I'm very shy on that. I don't even want to get into that. But she put me onto a lot of things.
on the topic of podcast, fuck the orange man. Unless he bring back the stimmies, we don't fuck with that, you heard? These tariffs is crazy. I don't know what we gonna do. Why you starting shit with Chinese people? I don't know.
Going tariff right now. They really wildin'.
Yo.
Tariff for
Yo, but-
tariff.
What do y'all really want to talk about on this podcast? Because
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna start it off. We're gonna start it off like this. So I known Bobby EOK for a long time, and You mind telling the people how we met and how our relationship goes?
So when I first met Scam, he was excuse me, I'm sorry. When we first met, he was actually climbing up buildings and hopping on cranes and taking a whole bunch of fire-ass pictures. He was a fire photographer. And at this time, I was racking every other day. And I'd have like maybe 16 to like 25 cans on me every day.
LP's worst nightmare is this man walking through.
Yeah, I racked every day for 92 straight days.
Madness.
But that's besides the point. Wow. They used to call me the young Bruno Mars, and not in a good way either. But
Bobby Bruno.
See, there you go. Another nickname to add to the list.
Bobby Bruno.
We used to hang out all the time, but he wouldn't want to paint. Like, I'm never a stingy person with paint. If I got it, we all painting. If he got it, he painting. But at this time, he just would be around, taking flicks, having fun, roaming the city, being in the Bronx. A lot of people don't like going to the Bronx, but we have the time of our lives anywhere. And one day, he just took off. You just painting everywhere. And I remember thinking, bro, I wanted this spot. How did you, who are you with? He went all city in like a month. And he's never stopped. He's running circles all the time.
What Bobby's not telling ya is his favorite story.
What's the favorite story?
He knows his favorite story.
I know.
So I'm going to tell you how I met Bobby now. We're going to take it back to the lower, which the lower is a hub for everybody these days. You just spawn there.
That's kind of how I met Bobby.
Ooh.
I mean, the first time I met Bobby, short story or long story short, Street League.
Oh my God, Street League, yeah. Well,
I'm fucked up in the elevator. Bobby walks in. I recognize him because Bobby's just EOK outside. You know, queen shit, recognizable figure. And he sees me mad fucked up. I get off on the wrong floor at the elevator. This motherfucker's laughing at me. I'm like, I know this motherfucker, and this motherfucker's laughing at me, but he don't know me. Pop back out, Lower East Side, work in the shop at Stanton. Bobby walks in, and that was it.
What shop is this that you
This
speak
is the
of?
only store.
Exactly.
Only
Talk to him.
What, 2013, 14?
it was like 2013, 2014,
Yeah.
like summer, I believe, because it was still hot, and we would all just
That was the spot.
link up and just
That was
shoot the shit.
the HQ.
Mm-hmm.
Queens get the money. My friends here in the building with me have been part of some of your favorite brands. They've been behind. They've been in the scene.
Yeah, Bobby was in all the lookbooks, early lookbooks.
Yeah, on
only.
Hype Beast and all
Yeah,
that.
Bobby was Hype Beast Bobito.
Yeah, it was a good time, but you know, a lot of things watered down, and New York ain't really what it should be right now. But we got people like us keeping it alive. That's
You
all I
feel
want to
me?
say.
We doing a podcast the Aki way. Now listen, that shit is mad stupid and corny. If you come to my block talking about you want anything the Aki way, you might get
Yeah.
slapped, bro.
I've actually never even been there. Y'all been there?
Wait, let me tell you something.
To that
Been
de-
where?
to
Gotta
that
go
deli?
to my deli. Who's
what I'm
what
saying.
deli is that?
Wait,
I
let
don't
me
even
put
know-
y'all on.
I don't
Let me
even
put
know what
y'all on.
borough
You could
homies
buy a
in.
taser at my deli at any given time when you go in there. Credit cards that turn into knives and shit, bro. You might get hopped at my deli. For
Yo,
real.
and it's funny because his deli don't even sell alcohol. Like every time I go to his
it's one of
crib, I
them?
gotta go around 3
Bro,
different
that is
blocks.
one of the most disappointing feelings when you go to the deli.
You know
You're
why?
ready to
'Cause
get a
it's really
6,
not a deli.
12, maybe
Oh,
a tall boy.
Matter of fact,
And they
all
talk
right.
about they
So
don't got shit. You running up
a
in the
deli
fridge.
is somewhere where the work. You heard? Where my son Ahmed is in the back frying shit up, and they bothering him, and they standing over the counter. They standing over the counter looking at their sandwich to see if their sandwich is ready. That's like a deli. Now a bodega is where you getting the beer because they gotta
Yeah.
have beer. It's
also
drinking
have
that beer.
the fridge that keeps the beer extremely cold. The
And they have
side
the
Icy.
fridge.
cat that's guarding the bodega.
Icy.
Yeah.
Icy.
Bro, there's a viral video, and it's taken on my block where people don't know. But the Akman punched the shit out this black dude and dragged him outside and beat him up. That's my block. That's my deli where I go get my $8 Sausalito turkey. And if you go in there acting up with my son Charlie, they gonna spank you out, bro.
If your deli's not on the news or viral on a clip, It might not be it, brother.
Your deli's not hitting.
It might not be it.
Your bacon, egg, and cheese is gonna be skimpy ass egg.
If your deli ain't on a Citizen app, come on. What are we talking about?
All right, so we got a little off topic, but getting back on topic.
Yeah, how did we meet?
So I'm gonna tell you how I met Bobby. So I was taking photos for quite some time, and I've been around graffiti my whole life. And then so I started to see two very prominent players at the time, which was Bobby, EOK, and this kid named Zers, OTL. And so I've been talking to both of them for a little while on Instagram, just kind of getting the feel out. And I wanted to kind of meet them because I used to see them everywhere, you know? Like I walk here, I see these niggas here, walk here, I see their tags that's here. So we set it up. My homegirl, Indica Wave, a.k.a. Stephanie, she was rapping at the Delancey. And so Bobby was there with this kid, Zers, and they tapped me on my shoulder. And I turn around, and I'm like, oh, what's up? Like, why you tapping me? Who are you? And then we became cool after that, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of been, it's been a journey after that, you know? And Bobby's not lying when he tells you he's racking from every day for about 3 months straight. I'm not gonna say too much on that, other than he's not lying. You know.
I mean, Scam, I met you through Bobby.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Bobby's the connection, the uptown to Queens
Bobby
connection.
knows everybody. You know what? Let me take that back. Everybody knows Bobby. There's a difference in knowing somebody, but do they know you? They know Bobby.
It's funny because Zeke was telling me, hey, it's not who you know, it's if they know you.
That's a fact.
In this industry that we're in, like clothing, streetwear, photography, art, and now Zeke and I are part of a museum.
Talk about it. What museum? Talk about
the
it.
New York Sign Museum.
Woo!
It just we just got it up and running.
It don't get
shout out
no
to Dave
more
Barnett
New York than that.
and Mac. But yeah, he was just like, hey, if you had a function, it's not if you know them, do they know you? Do they know your name?
Yeah.
Where the fuck the function?
Where the fuck the function?
Yo, so long story short, man, nobody went to school to learn how to network. We learned how to network on these streets. You know what I'm saying?
It would have been lit if Scam was there last night.
That's always the, you know what I mean?
It was lit already. Don't get me wrong. We was off Kirkland Tequila all night.
Kirkland
Sponsored
Tequila.
by Costco.
I've not heard of that.
That's a
we
good
putting
thing.
them on Kirkland.
That's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Now, getting back to it. All right, so Bobby, you do a couple things, right? I would say you're a multidisciplinary artist. And like Zeke said, you know, you got modeling on your resume. You know, you're a muralist. You are an actor. You know what I'm saying? I see my man's on the big screen. Like
Bobby just does everything.
Gosh. He does it all, right?
Nah, opportunity just be knocking. And yo, when someone comes knocking on your door, be ready to answer because a lot of people not ready for that.
That's a
Unless you a Jehovah's Witness, don't knock on my fucking door.
Actually, don't knock on my door at all because I don't. I could hear you at my door. I don't open, and I'm not getting quiet. I just don't. So I was at this spot with Scam, and we're not gonna name drop, but it was like, oh, you know such and such. I call him right now, and Scam got on his phone. He was gonna call somebody up. He's like, nah. He don't really know me like that. Don't get caught up pump faking.
Yo, listen. All you gotta do in this life is be yourself. That's all you gotta do. Just be yourself. People will accept you or they won't accept you. But guess what? Life goes on, all right? Don't try to be nobody you're not. You know what I'm saying? Just be yourself. Have your integrity. And you're going to meet the people that you're supposed to meet along the way.
That's a fact.
Yep. Like, you know, back then when everybody was getting late, man, you had to wait your turn, man, to jump in that circle. Now you motherfuckers just trying to do whatever, man.
The most embarrassing shit is seeing the motherfucker jump in and then he gets pushed out. Looking dumb.
Come on now. All right, so one question that I want to ask, what is Chady? Is it Chady? Is it Chady? What is this? Is the question
love
that
that.
everybody asks. It's like, is it
that.
EOK? Is it EOC? Like, can't seem to get it right. Let's get it right one time.
It's definitely
Ganesh.
something that Zeke and I can both talk about because we was there since the beginning.
Let's talk about it.
But it's Chady, and it's not a graffiti crew. It's not a brand. It's a lifestyle. It's friendship. It's many years of just growth
Community.
together. Yeah, it's community.
You know,
The Chady ladies and the
it's
Chady
truly
boys.
a family. It really is a family.
Extra butter, May 31st.
Facts. It's
I
on
think
the
we
way.
can speak on it.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah,
the way.
we
Everything
can. It's on the
locked in.
way.
I mean,
the production.
yeah,
Extra butter, Chady, Scam,
yeah. Scam,
Deck, Mister,
yeah. Heavy
Artist Series.
heavy lineup.
KGK, 2DX, Chady boys.
We about to have Long Island City fucking lit.
Forget about it.
The last one was fun, but this one's gonna be bigger and better. And
Yes.
we got some really amazing artists.
Y'all know what kind of pieces y'all gonna have this time?
Yeah,
Yeah, we have everything
it's-
but-
all I'm gonna say it's summer.
Yo, listen, if y'all got
You know?
brown, y'all gotta let me know ahead of time this time, so I can get that.
Facts.
Oh, it gets heavy with the requests. All right?
Word,
yeah.
word.
It's heavy with the requests.
Had to put mine in first.
Just send me a text. Just send me a text.
Do me a favor. Actually, do not text Zeke because I handle
He's
somewhat
not
of the
lying.
sales, and people will come up to me. Hey, I hit up Zeke. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. If you hit me up, it's a dub.
This nigga Zeke be all over.
He all over the place and never even communicates what he
I do
needs
not
from
do
me.
sales. If you want shady shit, do
Bet.
not go through me.
It's
Do
good
not
to
go
know.
through
I
me.
know.
Yeah, that's a fact. A Chady comes in any type of age, race.
The
You know,
applications are not open, but we just
Yeah,
letting
yeah,
y'all know
yeah,
we
yeah.
fuck with
I
they, them, he,
I
who,
think-
him. If you from Whoville, you can come on down. We ain't gonna treat you no different. You heard?
If you really think about it, on paper, I think Scam might be the last Chady boy.
Nah, on paper it's Claire. Shout out to Silky. We
You
closed
heard?
it up after
That's
Claire.
a fact. That's Claire. You already know. My fault.
Come on now, that's honorable Chady lady right there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know Claire, you're not outside.
That's
And-
a fact too. I can't wait to have Claire on here.
Facts.
I want to talk about the Chady culture real quick because
Talk
there's a
about
lot
it.
of things that people don't know. We really were always outside in the streets just having fun and enjoying life. And a lot of things that had monetary value, to us, it was very obscene. Like, we would get free clothing from all these companies. We would go into these crazy concerts and be on stage with rappers and famous people. And we never spent $1.
Yeah.
We would
You know?
always.
That's the
we
life.
would get free shoes. We even had an apartment together when we were like 16, 17. It was Dylan, Deese, R.I.P. Deese, David, and myself. And it was in Astoria, 2-bedroom apartment. We had a whole pool in our room this one time.
Yo, I heard the stories from that spot. son.
Yeah.
Pool in the
Different.
room in New York is
Different.
very different for you guys who don't know.
16-year-olds having their own crib.
Yeah, we
Come
used to
on.
wild out. And it's
With the
funny
pool.
because
In the room.
Y'all
Dylan and I
motherfuckers is-
used to live across the street from each other, and our parents didn't know that. Well, we didn't come home is because we was at our own apartment, just chilling, just throwing parties, just having fun, just living.
Shout out to Dylan. That man is always working. If you don't see me, if you don't see Dylan, if you don't see Bobby, if you don't see Zeke, if you don't see Rob, that's because we working. We got Rob in the room right now. He's chilling.
Rob, you let me know when you want a mic, brother.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
already have it plugged in.
That's what this is. Like, this is where we come on here. We talk. We give you things to go home and think about. You know what I'm saying? Until the next episode. And now, for me, Chady, I would say, is a group and a collective of a whole bunch of different creative individuals that grew up together. And some that met along the way. But at the end of the day, you know, there's everything in Chady. We have skaters, we have photographers, we have artists, we have... It's just a community. It's a collective. And I'm very proud to be Chady. I'll never forget when Bobby put me down. I said, yeah, you feel me? I proved myself. You know, that's another thing, too. Never ask to be down with anything.
Yeah.
There's
You're not
unwritten
supposed
rules
ask.
to a lot of
you're
things.
recruited.
Yeah,
you're
you're recruited.
low key. You are jumped in. So whoever wants to join, you're getting jumped in.
Nah, man. Fight back. Fight back. That video is crazy. Yo, to the y'all who don't know, and we could probably pull that up in the clip. To the kid that joined Crip on Vice and got his
man.
ass
Yo.
beat for 60 seconds, and they were talking about fight
Son.
back. Yo,
I
listen.
hope he's okay, man.
Shout out to my brothers. I'm happy to be part of this community. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting my head punched in to be part of no community. I think you guys got to reevaluate your lifestyles at that point. You know what I'm saying? I grew up without my dad, and I didn't get jumped into anything really. As far as I can remember, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit is just crazy. I feel like if you join anything, a community, a gang, whatever, it's just to be like around other people. And so you got to ask yourself, what type of validation do I need that I need to be around other people, let alone get kicked in the head and punched?
And then you start thinking about the benefits of joining a per se gang and
Facts.
to go up.
I'm going to say this shit right here, right now. Gang culture is not cool. Listen, if you in a gang, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's your personal decision. But for the kids that are tuning into this, don't join a gang. Join a fucking creative club. Go learn how to use Photoshop so you can be the next
real.
best graphic designer. Go take a
Get
art
them
class
piano
or two.
lessons.
Or just go play outside. A lot of people aren't even outside.
Go play ball.
Yeah, go play ball. It's so
Compliment.
therapeutic.
A lot of motherfuckers don't know the feeling of like breaking in a baseball mitt. That's a process. You buy that shit, you know you're not using it that week technically. Like it ain't
Of
gonna be
course.
used good.
Hey, right
Where's
now,
the patience?
right now,
Where's the patience?
right now, we got the New York Knicks going crazy. We got the Mets going crazy. We got the Yankees
Yo,
going crazy. I'm
New
going
York
to
sports
the
is crazy.
Yankees versus Mets game next month.
That's in Yankee Stadium?
Yes, sir.
Yo, you gonna have to run that back in Queens because on my birthday, Subway
Oh, man.
Series.
Ooh.
So you popping out, Bobby, you popping out,
Of
Rob, you
course,
popping
of
out.
course.
Fake birthday party at City Field.
Fire.
You know I'm gonna come through with the Yankee fitted on, but it's all
Yo,
love. Baby, I love you.
as a
Don't-
dude that's not
don't
from
hate me.
Queens, taking the 7 train is a nightmare. You heard? There's too many people on that
Yo, the
fucking
7
train.
is it depends the time. Rush hour, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but the regular hours, bro, that shit is
Smooth
every
sailing.
2-3 minutes. You get a seat guaranteed. I fuck with that train.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're
now.
jocking. That's like top 3 worst trains.
No.
Okay.
Ain't
Nah, that's
nothing,
not the way-
I don't think ain't nothing's happening on that 7 train regarding like things I should be worried about. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually false because
Uh-oh.
I take the 7 train all
Should
the
be
time.
cranking on the 7
yeah.
train.
all the time. People always want to party.
Man, I love the 7.
Some people are good at school. Some people are good at on the train. You heard?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because when I'll take the orange colored train. You know what I'm saying? The D line from
The
Bronx
orange is wavy. That
to
shit
Brooklyn.
goes
Now that's a
everywhere.
train where you're getting people that are coming from Brooklyn all the way to the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? They need that seat. They need to roll their grabber on the train. There's so many things that have to be
fact.
done on this long ass train ride. It's like going to Miami for the weekend. You heard?
Bro, another
my-
orange line, F train.
The F
F
train.
train is lit.
Now, I want to talk about a specific story because me and Bobby been privileged enough to travel the world together. Me and Z got to take that lap around one of
we
these
gotta go to
days.
the country. We gotta go.
We
to
got
the
to
other side
talk
of the
about
world.
how me and Bobby were in New Orleans, of all places, and I had to start a GoFundMe for my boy.
Oh, my socks. Okay.
My boy went on vacation with no socks.
Nah. Don't
Man.
even.
Yeah, look at
I've done-
Rob's face.
I've done that type of shit.
I think this nigga brought one pair of socks
yeah,
on
I've
a
done that
9
type of shit,
on
but
a how many
I'll
days
go cop the
vacation?
shit.
Should I give the details on the whole trip?
Yeah, why not? We can
I need
edit
I need to
shit
find
out,
I
right?
need to find out about these socks.
Wait. I'll tell you. I'll put you on. But I was in LA, and my homegirl, shout out to Perla, she was like, "Yo, B,
Shout out P.
Yo, B, pull up to this Airbnb, we're celebrating my birthday in New Orleans. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna pull up. And she was asking me, hey, what's your birthday? What's your email? And I'm like, all right, whatever. Next thing you know,
she asking your whole social.
yeah, she flew me out.
Oh damn.
So
So
Some of us can't even get our bitch to buy us a slice. And my man just getting. I'm not. Hey,
flown out.
Hey, my man's getting flown out.
I mean, I'll keep it a buck. That's not easy.
So it gets even better. I pull up, and Scam was supposed to be on his way. Typical him. Misses his flight.
Took an edible. Sorry.
So I'm in this Airbnb with about 9 beautiful women. Just me. And I'm waiting for my boy to slide, right? While
My man got 9 beautiful women around.
yeah, I used to carry a picture of them in my wallet.
All 9 of them.
Yeah, it was a picture that we took. It was a little Polaroid.
Dang, group photo.
Yeah.
Hey,
Damn, that's fire.
when
I
you
have
know
see
how
this
to
photo.
be yourself and be comfortable, you can be around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 women.
Scam
on.
pulls up, right?
spinning that. That's a
Scam
classic.
pulls up. Within half an hour you blackout drunk?
Oh man, so I get to the Airbnb and I'm catching up to everybody. I just missed my flight because I took an edible. Fucking ridiculous. I didn't get flown out. Had to pay like $400 or $500 for the next flight. The first flight I caught it. I clapped that one. That one was light. And then so I get there. They giving me shots and shit and all this shit. Let's go. It's lit. They got shrimp and shit. Just got there off the
up.
you know what I'm saying? It's up. I'm eating fucking gumbo and New Orleans cuisine and yada yada yada. And then I throw up within like the first half
that's
an
that
hour. I
gumbo.
think the jet lag, the
Gumbo
gumbo,
will do
and
it.
the edible and all that
Oh,
shit.
the edible. I
So-
forgot about the edible.
Nola was up 1 and I was down 0.
But then we got even on the scoreboards. So we ended up going out, and my homegirl, man, we're trying to buy her drinks. So she was just like, you can buy me a drink, but if you buy me a drink, you have to buy everybody I'm with a drink. So we was lit. And
That's how you get in.
my homegirl started wilding. Next thing you know, some guy punches her in the face.
All right, so back the story up a little bit. So my homegirl was on this just bad vibe all night. And so this is to tell y'all, whatever you speak, you have the power to create it. You know what I'm saying? And so my homegirl talking about, I don't know if it was the liquor or, I want to fight somebody. She was bored. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to fight now if you're not having fun, right? She in the function, ain't nobody really hitting on her. She want to fight now. I bet. She keep talking about I want to fight. I'm just letting y'all know, whatever you say, you can create 1. 2, I'm tired of everybody that's not having fun that want to fight. Go home, all right? Just go home, all right?
Yeah.
Fight yourself, fight your
You
demons.
know what I'm saying?
Fight your feelings, all right? So she in the spa talking all this fight shit. Yo, I go to take a piss. Shout out to the gringa chapeadora, because it's different. You
Florida
got your
was holding it
Spanish
down,
chapeadoras, you got your gringas that's on something like, this is for the team. And it's for the team, right? I walk off to take a piss after all of those crazy ass concoctions that they make on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. I think it's called Grenade. It's mad different drinks and shit. It's fucking crazy. I come back from taking a piss and Bobby is fighting somebody. And if you know Bobby, this is kind of regular, you know what I'm saying? Not that that's healthy, but boom. So
Not regular anymore, but back in those days.
my man's is fighting, I'm fighting. Simple as that. Now I'm tight. I just finished taking a piss. I'm running, dick half out. Got to unzip, pause. I unzip the shit.
Wait, so Bobby had socks during this?
Yeah, I had socks
Keep
during
going,
this.
keep
I
going,
had-
keep
I-
going.
there was
I like
no
how he
moment
brought it
I ain't
back
had
to the
socks on.
socks.
Stem from socks.
Yo, listen, without them socks, you wouldn't have the grip to be, you know what I'm saying, on his
So what happens?
So
y'all?
we fighting this dude. I'm coming back. I don't know what's going on. But guess what? I'm fighting the dude, and I see he's holding back. I'm like, what's up with you? We clocking him. Bing, bow, boom, all tight. Wham, wham. You know what I'm saying? You hearing the comic.
Bam.
Right. And so, but I see his face. He's like, why am
Him
I?
and his mans were like
Why am I getting my ass whooped?
Yeah.
And so,
bad. They was getting it bad.
and so I wanted to know as well why he was getting his ass whooped because I didn't know. Yo, long story short, cops come. Boom, they don't do shit. Shout out to New Orleans cops. My homegirl got punched in her face, because, again, the one thing about New Orleans is drinking is legal out there for all you guys who don't know. And so some men, they just don't know how to act. And then when you got a woman who's been asking for a fight all night, the universe is going to bring her that fight. And so one of the homegirls got hollered at. She called the dude ugly. And, not everybody can take that type of heat. So he's like, I'm ugly. Word. Bing. I was taking a piss. So I pieced everything together when the guy.
I was actually sucking on a titty when this was happening.
I'm dead.
Yeah, New Orleans,
I was.
New Orleans is not even like.
At the spot, I was sucking some shorty's titties.
Sockless.
At the bar.
Son.
Yo, what time of year was this?
This was 2021. So not even that far off.
So this is a year. Oh, so
4 years
this is
ago.
a year after COVID popped off. So
Yeah.
This
Yes.
is still
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
y'all
still
was
COVID
wildin'.
though.
Y'all
Everything was crazy. I guess this is kind of still COVID, but
People were still outside.
So the guy, he's getting punched in his shit. He's confused. I turn to Bobby and I say, "Hey man, what's going on?" He explains it, and I tell him, "I think we beat on the wrong guy."
Yeah.
Every clue led to, and now I understood why he was
clue led.
confused.
Yo.
And so fuck it, we
That
laughed
other nigga
about
dodged
it,
the bullet.
and I felt bad, and I had to look at Bobby as a good friend and say,
We
why,
walked out.
why you make me do shit like this?
Oh wait. Since we're on the topic, real quick.
Yo, but shout out to my homegirl. She got what she wanted.
On this
True.
topic, Scam had a pop up, and I pulled up on BT. I was tight, and he seen what type of time I was on. So Scam takes me to the side. He's like, "Yo, B, that ass at my pop up. You can do that?" And then I'm like, "All right, for you, I'm gonna calm down. 2 seconds later, somebody's getting harassed. Scam said, "Who did that?" Turns around and knocked fuck out. Long story short, made a whole fucking shirt, hoodie, of fucking mad gear about this situation. This guy was knocked out on the floor in front of one of his pieces.
Damn.
Shout out Scrapyard. Rest in peace, Scrapyard. And listen,
What a place.
sometimes you give advice and you don't take it.
Bro, we had to go down the block and hide out for hours. And his pop-up is still going.
Yo.
Yeah, so I always try to think before I act. And sometimes things happen that cause you to react in a certain manner. And so I tried to tell Bobby, chill, we're here chilling, that's not, we're chilling, you know what I'm saying? And then this fucking goofball, of course, is going to do something that's going to alter the whole energy of how I was feeling about us chilling.
Yeah.
And he had to get neutralized. And that was just that. Shout out to Scrapyard. Shout out to the infamous Scam Knockout T. Shout out to Justin for taking that photo.
That shit got you a second pop-up. You feel me?
Yeah.
That shit got me a second and third pop-up. Shout out to the dude. I hope he sees that shirt one day.
I'm pretty sure he's probably seen that. He might even copped one.
That would have been insane.
I just don't understand how hard Scam hit him, because I'm like, damn, B, and I've seen you get into it with people. There was something in him. They just let it go.
So
That tea is
well,
great.
the thing was, before I hit him, I want to put this out there. I try to reason with him, and now I'm a man of on this podcast. I'm a man of many words, but outside, I'm not a man of that many words, especially when it has to do with confrontation. And so I just told him, yo, like, I don't like what you're doing. Take that shit somewhere else. Go up the block. Like, this is not the place for that. And he puffed up his chest and said some shit to me, and I just got pissed. And at that point, I was like, are you about to try to hit me? And so I hit him
Shout out
first.
Justin taking that photo. That photo is epic. Epic.
Yeah, so, yeah, man, I felt threatened. I neutralized the threat. I think I two-pieced him, and I kicked him in his face. I think his nose was broken. What those of you don't know is that I got a message from someone that the DA was trying to look into that. And I was like, why? That guy got arrested. So I did what I had to do. I left the premises. But long story short, the guy was this white dude. He was yelling racial slurs.
Harassing all the women.
Choking a female right next to the fucking venue.
Yeah, it got crazy.
Just
Canal.
doing
was
the
like
wrong
2
What's
p.m.
going on
things.
with him?
2 p.m. on a Saturday.
Canal.
There was
2
a lot that
p.m.
was wrong with him. And
Oh, wait. After Scam dipped out, he stayed there.
Oh, yeah, he got arrested. He was
people.
there with a whole bloody face. You know,
Had girls crying and all that.
we might
Yeah.
pull it up for you and shit. It was crazy. You know, he was bloody. He looked like a super villain.
Yeah.
Nigga got a 2-piece with fries on the side.
Real quick.
Tried to stay for dessert.
You know?
Listen, fighting is never the answer. I say the only time where it gets to that is when words can't resolve the problem. Yeah, I'm big on either you walk away.
Things gotta go down, you know.
Yeah, you know, let's
Sometimes
get back
lessons need
to
to be
it.
taught.
It's bro, let's get back to
Sometimes
it.
lessons need to be taught.
Nobody is fighting anymore. We're not pro fighting. It's just a fight, you know. Bring back the fade. Shout out Aaron the plumber.
You know what I mean?
Aaron the plumber is a superhero. I never seen somebody so excited for the fade. You know what I mean? But I understand where his logic comes from. You know, you win or you lose, you get it off and you keep it pushing, all right?
Man.
Now, I want to ask everybody, you know, everybody could get a crack at this question. Particularly, like, what's a good day for you guys? Starting with Bobby, what's a good day for you?
All right, I know you want me to go first, but we keep forgetting about our boy Rob. So Rob, top it off.
Oh, shit. They robbed the victim today.
Nah.
Listen, we've been having
Damn.
fun even before we started recording, because what you guys
Word.
don't know is that Rob pulls up with a zucchini muffin. Who?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I've never
I
had a
definitely
zucchini
did.
muffin.
What in the
was-
Brooklyn?
What in the Brooklyn?
What in the Bushwick? What the helly?
Now listen, it was a first for me today, but I'm a little adventurous when
Shorty
it comes
put
to
you on.
pastries. Yeah, she definitely did. She said it was like a banana bread. Definitely was fire. Definitely was fire.
You
but
ate it.
I didn't finish it. I ate half of that shit.
Oh, you got the other half in
Means
your
it
back
didn't
pocket?
slap.
Nah, it's over there.
Might have to sample this later. I don't know.
Yes,
that
sir.
sounds crazy.
But I'll tell y'all, perfect day. I wake up, brush my teeth. It's number one.
Talk about
brush
it.
your teeth.
Wow.
Then I roll up.
Smokers edition.
I roll up. I might play some beats. And then honestly, if I'm not too lazy, I'm gonna get coffee. You gotta have coffee. You gotta have the coffee.
Coffee drinkers
Like,
in
you
the
gotta
building.
have it.
I'm not a coffee drinker.
Me either.
Oh, really?
Y'all
I didn't know
niggas
that.
is bugging.
Nice.
Man.
I don't do the coffee. I don't do the zucchini muffins. I
Yo,
don't do none
listen,
of that.
man. All this shit to change your life. To
Bro,
change your
I thought I
life.
was alone with no coffee. I'm hype scam, don't drink coffee.
Zucchini
That's
muffins
crazy.
I would get to
and
name drop
Telling
scam
you.
when
Coffee.
people come at me.
just sounds like it's out of my it's out of my lane.
Yo,
I'm from Uptown, man. We have bacon, egg, and
we
cheese.
gonna have-
There's
a
coffee
call.
uptown, pa. There's coffee uptown.
word, man.
I don't know about no
Plenty of
zucchini
coffee.
muffins though.
You
But
just
there-
might come by some other shit.
There is definitely some good coffees uptown, some good bodegas.
Oh shit! But nah, other than that, come to the studio, cook up.
Yes, sir.
That's really it. To be honest, like, I don't need much. I'm a simple man.
You're working, man.
Facts.
That sounds like a good day to me. Notice how he said he starts his day off with brushing his teeth before reaching for his telephone. Some of us can take notes from that. You know what I'm saying?
That,
I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna be that person. I ain't scared to say I be checking my phone when I wake up,
nah, it's alright. Every now and again,
and then
you
I
know.
brush my teeth.
Oh, no, that's a fact. I'd be on my phone.
You know, I gotta be like Rob. the phone's always ringing.
Nah, yo, sometimes I ain't even gonna hold you. I just wake up with my eyes closed. I know everybody do this shit.
Yeah,
You know
you already awake.
there. Yo, I don't even want to open my eyes, man. That shit piss me off when I wake up.
I wake up ready
I be
to
like,
go.
already? This shit.
Already?
We doing this shit again?
That
Just close my eyes.
Oh shit! Here
That's
we go
the
again.
best and worst part of the day.
So Bobby, what? Oh, I was gonna ask Bobby. What's his perfect
Bobby.
day?
I'm skipping Bobby. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Bobby.
My perfect day. Let me think about that. So, I have a very annoying alarm clock. So, Alarm Me has this setting where you have to answer a math equation before the alarm turns off.
Different.
Bugging.
Yeah.
It's doing a Rubik's Cube to wake up.
Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes I can't even open my eyes and I'm like, oh fuck. And the volume doesn't even go lower. So it's just booming. But I'll do the regular. Brush my teeth, take a shower. I'm not gonna say where I live. I live a little far. So wherever my commute may take me is probably to the studio. Go to the studio, get some Comptons.
Shout out Compton's.
Yeah,
Best
Compton
sandwiches in the city.
Yeah, they got some heat. I had the Chady.
Oof.
It's fire.
That one got discontinued, but we got something cooking up right now.
We love it that way. Listen, we're exclusive. We're here. It's right now. You either getting a taste or you too late.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So after that, ideal best day, walk to Williamsburg Bridge, go to the rack me a good 15, 20 cans. And honestly, New York is a state of lingering. So after I'm making my money, I know I'm bumping into heads. It just depends who I want to bump into.
Yeah.
Facts.
So after that, I figure who's in the city, maybe walk back to Williamsburg, to Greenpoint, do what I have to do.
GP.
And just paint. I love to paint, man. And one thing about scamming myself is that we don't have to go out at 2, 3 in the morning. We could do this spot right now.
Facts.
Daytime poppies.
Yeah, daytime zaddy.
Y'all bugging out.
Yeah, daytime bombing.
Yeah, see,
That's why y'all are hems.
Word.
You know?
Word.
Y'all some oneers.
But piggybacking off of Bobby was saying, dude, painting daytime, there's really nothing like it. The rush is something that you got to feel for yourself so you can understand what I'm saying. When we're talking about location and pulling off certain spots during the day, and doing, Bobby likes to go big on the walls, you know what I'm saying? So it's like to do that during the day, paint something that you're proud of at a massive scale, like the rush is just unmatched, you know what I'm saying? Look.
Scan gets so tight at me because we both have so much fun, but I take the fun a little further and make
even
friends.
more fun?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Bobby loves to make friends, bro. I can't paint without him trying to invite someone on our adventures, and it's like, dude, what we're doing at the end of the day is still illegal, I'm like trying to get out of there, and he's like, oh yeah, I write EOK, and this says scam. And like, what are you doing? You want to hang out with us? Listen, we're pretty friendly.
Bobby's sharing victory beers.
Okay.
Oh my God, yes. I was just on Delancey and Essex over there by the churro spot. Shout out to the churro spot. You know what I'm saying? They're delicious.
Facts.
And the dollar pizza store right there. Sometimes you're drunk. You got to go get a dollar pizza. And me and Freddie were at the pizza shop giving random people shots of Don Julio.
That's fire.
That's some New York shit.
That's some New York shit. You pull up in the dollar slice spot, they're giving out shout to Don Julio.
There's always a community at the dollar. People don't talk about the community that the dollar slice spot really has.
Yeah.
Especially on a Friday and Saturday night when everybody's drunk and you don't want to do too much. Like, oh, let me just get a dollar slice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It be popping over there at the dollar slice spot.
It's popping at the dollar slice spot.
I'm not gonna front. I'm not with the dollar slice. Yo.
Only when I'm drunk.
Depends.
Only when I'm drunk.
Food poisoning is real, and it comes from the dollar spot.
Oof.
I don't know. It's never done me bad. I love pizza.
Me either.
No, I love pizza, but am I gonna risk it like that?
I gotta look at that kitchen, man. That shit look dirty. We not doing it.
Yeah, facts.
Rob, you going to the back?
Nah, that the
Rob will pull
dollar
up.
kitchen, the dollar pizza kitchen is right there. It's right
You can
there.
see
We
it. You can
in
see
the
it.
kitchen
Rob will
when we
pull up.
talking to the nigga.
Rob, the inspector, is coming to the back of the
Word.
counter to make sure his
Rob's
dollar
the
slice.
Inspectors,
Yo, he's deducting
Yo.
points. He's deducting points.
That ass. I'm not
B
playing.
grade, B grade.
Yo, I would
Yo.
walk in. I see some shit that look off. Busting a U-turn.
Yo.
Quick.
Busting
Quick.
the yo, Rob is that dude that
Quick.
tippy toes over the counter when they're making his sandwich at the
watching
deli.
the
Say,
whole
yo,
time.
like,
Yo,
I said light mayo.
all eyes
Yeah.
on the grill.
I said light mayo. What you doing?
say, yo, chill.
Yo, I fuck with it. He's controlling the situation. Listen, we about to eat that food, yo. Coming back to graffiti and art, can you just let us know, Bobby, what is the craziest place that graffiti and your art has brought you to? Because I feel like when you do graffiti, you end up in some interesting places and locations that you normally wouldn't find yourself in if you didn't do graffiti.
Do you want me to answer this professionally? Like, where has graffiti
Little
taken
bit
me
of-
professionally, or
bit of
in the
both.
street?
A little bit of both.
Zeke knew.
You can keep it light. You
All right,
gotta
I'll
go
keep it light.
Professionally, and then just like, talk about the crazy places you've been, you know?
Yeah.
In a good way. Crazy places, and where has graffiti brought you in general in a positive light? Because graffiti is, some people think of it as like a negative thing or a negative sport, because a lot of negativity is attracted to this ego-driven sport. But there's a lot of positivity that comes from it, so just talk about all of it in one.
So I'm going to start off by saying my life is carefully curated chaos.
There we go. That's what that now you understand.
I understand. So this one summer night, I was with my boy Scam, and I convinced him. I'm like, yo, bro, it's about to be like 8 a.m. I got a spot for you. It's in Midtown. Trust me. Fire spot.
When
And
when
he was
Bobby
like, "Are
says
you dead
trust me,
ass?"
when Bobby says trust me,
Oh, you about to be
He's
in some
dead ass.
bullshit.
yo, from experience, it's gonna be some shit. And I feel like the trust me is kind of just prepare you for the type of shit.
Get
Like,
ready.
if you'd be like trust me, yeah, it's a get ready.
Get ready.
It's not a trust me. It's gonna be like a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely not a walk in the park. So on this specific night, it was my boy James, Scam, and myself. We go to Midtown, and I see this little ledge on top of like a 6 or 7 story building, and I'm like, Scam, that's what we're about to hit. He's like, are you fucking crazy? The sun is up right now.
Yo, the sun is up.
Daytime.
He's failing to daytime, but not like
Daytime
we woke up
bonus.
and got to it. Because when you wake up and you get to it, that feeling is incredible. I'm talking about we've been out all night and we're just pushing it. We're pushing the limit. We're pushing the boundaries. What is sleep when you are a graffiti artist who's very passionate about what you love to do? Now, the building in conversation that Bobby's talking about is a bank building.
Facts.
So he's saying, hey, pa, trust me, spot to be lit. We're going to go do this crazy fire spot. Again, the sun is out. It's like 7, 8 in the morning. We've already had a night out of drinking and partying. He thinks it's a good idea to trespass a bank, which is, I don't know where that falls on the crime
I don't
log.
even know where that falls.
I will say, I didn't trespass on the bank. It was a construction site next door, and we had to go all the way up, around, and shimmy down. But
different.
there's a plot twist. We're over there taking pictures, having fun, and Graffiti Free pulls up on us.
Oh, my God,
And
yes.
they're
Shit.
throwing down ropes, and they're like, yo, assholes, you picked the wrong fucking day. and Scam, I'm out. And I'm like, Scam, I'm in too deep. I gotta see this shit through. He said, what? I gotta see this through.
Bro, so first of all, it took...
Dead ass.
I mean, yo, dude, the life we live, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Mark Echo, one of my role models. He came out with the game Getting Up, immaculate game. I have it in my house on PS2, but it's basically like the video game. He depicted it well. Our life is life is not a game, you know, because if you make the wrong move, it's game over. And so we're
Wasted.
It's a game, but it's not, right? So we're shimming up all this stuff Bobby's talking about. We're climbing this infrastructure. I'll provide the pictures. We'll insert the pictures in there because, like you said, we were having fun taking pictures, but it took us about 25 minutes to figure out how to get to the spot that we wanted to get to. We had to go around the whole building to get to this spot. And I guess this is what took the workers long. But again, it was 7 in the morning or something like that. And dude, they were showing up for work. And Bobby and I were painting the side of the building. And they're literally above us. I look up and the guy's looking at us. And now this goes back to like graffiti is sweet for us sometimes, most of the time, because we got the science to it. There's a whole art and a science to how you move when you're painting graffiti. Yeah. But that day we were just like, yo,
move how you want.
We Chady, baby.
Yeah,
we Chady.
we definitely threw caution to the wind.
Exactly.
And on top of that, my fault to cut you off.
As Bobby would say, carefully curated chaos, right? I guess, right? That's what he says. So we get up there 35 minutes later or whatever. We paint it. They see us. When you're doing graffiti, you don't want to run into anyone, especially when you're trespassing a bank building. Dude, I look up. This guy's like, hey, what are you fuckers doing here? You picked the wrong day. We're here to clean this shit. Oh, my God. I was so angry at Bobby and angry at myself because I knew it was a fucking fucked idea from the beginning. Wasn't one of our brightest ideas, but that's what life is about and having fun. And Bobby is one of my favorite painting partners. We'll get into painting partners later.
Yeah.
But dude, when we're out, we're pushing the envelope. That's what we do. And so he again was trying to see it through. He's catching his outline. I'm like, Bobby, I'm out of here, dude. Like, these guys are up here. They probably called the cops. We need to get off this bank immediately. I'm sober now and I'm fucking furious. It went from fun to like frantic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
panic mode.
Yes, you know,
a little bit of that.
So that's very smart. You're gonna be scared, but you can't panic.
Word.
And when and if you're intoxicated, like, your brain has to register the situation immediately. My registering for my brain was, we have unexpected visitors. We need to get the fuck out of here. Abort mission. We gotta go. Bobby's like, I still gotta complete the mission. I'm like, dude, we don't know how much time we have. It took us like 25 minutes to get up. We need to get down. I had to use my keys because I didn't have a knife on me. I'm not sure if Bobby has like the correct story. It's perfect because I'm gonna say mine. He's gonna say his.
Right.
I slashed through the black tarp basically to get to the stairs, and like, you're basically hanging off of the building, and like, dude, I'm just climbing down all these stairs like free. I don't even know what you call it, bro. Free climbing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like. And I get
GTA.
down. Yes, I get down, and I had to leave. But I told them, I was like, "Yo, I would never leave you. I'm out. If you don't leave with me right now, I'm gonna make my way down because I can't afford this shit right now." You know what I'm saying? He's trying to finish it. The workers, I don't know. I'm coming down the building. Bobby still hasn't come down. I'm like halfway down. The workers are in front of the building recording me. It's broad daylight. They can't believe what they're seeing. You know, they don't even know what we're doing. Unless they told them we were doing graffiti, how do they know we're not there trying to plot a heist or some shit?
Yeah, straight up.
It was insane. I'm going to give the mic back to Bobby. The whole point was, I want you to know, Bobby says things too casual. Just too casual.
It's how he reels you in, bro.
Yes.
That's how he reels you in.
It's the trust me.
Okay, so that was a little bit of the rugged side of what you were saying. Where has it taken you professionally?
It's taken me to places I never believed I'd be in, because I did this huge mural. It took me about 16 hours, rush job for the Essence Hip Hop 50th anniversary. And I'm just like, graffiti really gave me a bag, and that was a huge bag for me. And
you were painting at this festival?
No, I actually painted it in Brooklyn, and they sent it off to New Orleans. They shipped it out. But that plus actually working for the New York Presbyterian Hospital, that was very big for me.
Word.
Shout out to Deck, because
what they have you do there?
for the employee appreciation week, I went to every New York Presbyterian hospital and I painted an appreciation mural live painting for them. Deck and I
That's
did
fire.
that all
Incredible.
summer long.
My best friend's better than yours.
So yeah, I remember looking at all these professionals, these doctors, nurses, everyone that just works in the hospital, you know?
Yeah.
And they're looking at me like I'm doing something great, but they don't even understand this stems from being arrested several times,
Yeah.
getting hurt on these climbs, losing sleep, getting written up at work. That's what I had to do, all that to be here. And in their
Word.
eyes, I'm a professional.
Word.
Because you are a
word.
professional.
So yeah, that's what
Wow,
graffiti is
that's-
taking
You're a
me.
professional
really dope,
painter.
bro.
Hello.
And now you're just working for yourself right now.
Yeah,
as a
I'm working for
painter.
myself. Yeah.
As a professional painter.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Incredible. So you started with graffiti, and now you are a professional painter, have painted in many hospitals in New York. You've painted for big companies. And, you know, like, did you see yourself doing this when you started?
Nah, graffiti was never about graffiti. My boy Dylan and my boy Jerry, we all lived across the street from each other, and we would skate on the same block in Queens.
Shout out Wizza and Shark.
Facts.
No, you know.
So, yeah, we'd always used to skate, and they're just a year older than me. But when you're a child, you're a little kid,
Right.
and they're like the cool kids, you know,
Right,
because they're
right.
a year older. So they wouldn't let me do graffiti with them. So I knew that they used to rack at the 99-cent store. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get to the paint. And I started painting by myself, and then I started painting with Ages ASR.
Ooh, talk
Shout
about
out
it.
Ages.
Because I remember all the hood kids, I'd be like, yo, let's go to Queensboro Plaza to go spray paint. They're like, hey, B, that's too far. I mean, we could stay in the hood, but I'm not trying to go over there. And in my head, I'm like, Queensboro Plaza, that's just the beginning. I'm trying to go
Word.
Midtown. I'm trying to go West Side Highway. I'm trying to just paint.
Yes, sir. It's about spreading yourself.
Yeah.
Facts.
Don't spread yourself thin, guys. You know, all you backyard bombers, get out there.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of the world to see.
Or don't because y'all fucking up some spots for real.
Oh my God, one of my good friends. I'm not gonna mention his name. Just
Don't
'cause I
even
feel
say
like,
what I think you're gonna say.
I feel like you don't even know what I'm gonna say, but I'm curious to what you think I'm gonna say. Shout out to one of the good homies. You know, he likes to stay in the shadows. You know, sort of like myself most of the time. He said the streets of New York in the graffiti scene currently look like a food fight.
Damn.
You know,
Messy.
messy, bro.
Messy. Yeah, that sucks.
Let me just add on to what I was gonna say. So did I picture myself being here? No, I never even pictured myself here. I pictured myself working in restaurants for the rest of my life, cause yo, you work 2-3 days and you have the whole week free to paint, and you get tipped out a good amount of money.
Yeah.
So I thought it was gonna be sweet like that.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
right. So I'm glad you mentioned that because I wanted to know your views on working a 9-to-5 job. Rest is like, or not even rest is like, how do you feel about working 9 to 5? How do you feel about your freedom? Because when I think 9 to 5, I think your freedom is a little limited. And then you're a freelancer, right? Like you paint for yourself, you work for yourself. You also work with a bunch of companies, but essentially you are a walking brand who works for yourself. When you freelance, life can be a bit tougher because there's not that 9 to 5 life security.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if you're going to have that consistent money coming in all the time, but you have a lot more freedom when you work freelance, you know, but you also got to work harder. So what's your view on the 9 to 5, and how's the freelance life for you, beginning, middle, and end, I guess, even though it's not end because you're currently in it, but you know what I mean, from when you started in the
Yeah.
beginning to the middle. Where was your breaking point, the point where you felt things were changing for you, that shift where you noticed everything starting to look brighter because you stuck with what you were doing?
So I totally respect the 9 to 5. I respect the working man because I work as well. And the only difference is in my eyes, I work a 12 to 12. No
Word.
matter what I do, I have to make sure it's getting to the bag somehow. I make a lot of relationships with some people, with whoever I meet, and I try to be genuine with them. And so, just maintaining that community. I may be out and about because people see me all the time, but I'm still networking. I'm still working. And it's been very scary. Zeke and I went freelance about the same exact time.
Yeah.
And he asked me one day, we're sitting at our studio, and he's like, yo, well, he told me, he actually just told me, yo, I'm going to quit. How should I go about this? I see it's working for you. What are some comments you got for me?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, pa, just get those clients up. When you have enough clients, just pull that trigger. He completely disregarded me and quit the next day.
Where'd you quit, Zeke?
I was working at Kith at the time.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good job.
Yeah. It was. But I just saw I saw what it could be if I wasn't there for the 9 to 5.
Right.
Maximizing
your time and what you want versus making money for the next
person.
person.
I loved that job. Was fun, The people I met, the stuff I got to do, the stuff I got to shoot. I got to freaking shoot. My first day at Kith, I was shooting Kith Knicks, the first collab they did.
That's bad.
And my first day on the job, I was in the locker room shooting the collection. So I was standing in the Knicks locker room. Yeah, it was pretty wild, bro. But
Incredible.
yeah, shout out everybody at Kith. Shout out Ronnie. And then I dipped. And I just pulled the trigger. I asked Bobby because I wanted to see how he was doing it, and I was just scared. That was the thing. There's no fucking if it fails, it fails.
Right, you're taking that leap and you're jumping and you're hoping to land on your feet, but when you jump, you're you don't know. You're not for certain that you're gonna land on your feet.
And I was on some shit if Bobby could do it, I think I could do it too. And I was like, I would just do it. And since, Bobby will tell you, it's been a freaking roller coaster, but I think it's not a destination, it's a journey.
The first bad experience with freelance was after all the good. So it was January, February, and March, and Zeke and I were just sitting at the stool looking at each other like, is anything gonna hit?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to even get one client or get any type of money. Yo, anybody that needs anything? I don't know. Let's reach out to everyone. Emails. That was the first year. The second year came through and we handled it a lot better. And now we're at year 4, maybe 5 at the moment.
4 or something like that.
And now we don't stress on those Februarys, those Januarys. We understand what we need to do prior.
To my freelancers, y'all know January and February. You know how that shit go.
Net 30.
Net 90.
Oh my God.
I have some clients right now that still haven't paid me.
We're not going to mention you
Bro,
clients because we're going to keep it classy and cute.
We got to get rid of the nets. There's no reason to be doing nets.
So I want to talk about something else. Now, bringing it back to graffiti and racking, because they both go hand in hand. Do you think that you have to be a real writer if so do you think you have to rack to be a real writer?
On the topic of that, I don't even feel like I'm a real writer at times because
what is a real writer?
True.
Who determines that?
To this day, I'll tell somebody, I write EOK. They're like, oh, okay. And then I can tell in their demeanor that they've never heard of me.
That could never happen to me.
So a lot of times I get pushed into the category of being a skateboarder versus being a graffiti writer.
You definitely are a skateboarder, Bob.
But as a graffiti writer, I don't think it's necessary for you to rack because a lot of people don't got that in them. You're already taking
Racking is a whole nother level.
Now,
you're taking so much
I feel like
risk.
that's the other occupation of a graph writer.
Now I'm gonna bring it
jobs.
back. I do believe a real writer, whatever that means, is a racker, because you really about that. It's about that lifestyle that's harsh. It's about that. I'm not gonna pay for this shit. I'm gonna take this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's about taking the risk every night you go out. Every time you hit the depot, and you're nervous, and Bobby turns to me, yo, Bob, I don't know how I feel about this shit today. I'm like, yo, Bob, we did this shit last week, the week before, every other time after that. How could you still have this feeling?
He don't even have to be with me. Sometimes I just call him. I'm like, yo, I'm about to walk into the depot, bro. I don't even know about today. He's like, yo, you're not that ass right now.
Come on now. Listen, when you steal anything, and graffiti is the art of getting over, and when you steal shit and you get away with it, it just does something to you. You know what I'm saying? Just like, what's that famous shorty that she stole a purse and they
Yeah.
What's her name? We gotta look her
I
up.
forgot who that is.
Famous
There's
shorty.
a couple people like that,
And
yo.
she's stealing shit. She probably got bread, but it's the feeling.
It's a different type of feeling, man.
It's
I
the
don't know.
feeling.
I
That
really
ain't for
don't.
me.
I want to put this out there. I don't condone stealing from mom and pop shops, but if I'm at Walmart and we go on a lot of weekend trips, Zeke and I and a whole bunch of the homies.
Bobby's taking a Led Zeppelin graphic tee. You know?
I'm taking socks.
Definitely the socks.
But I will deadass walk into the Walmart, and if it's looking right, we taking everything for free.
I love
Avocados.
Walmart. I love
Yeah.
Walmart
They got
because
everything.
yes, they have
Depending
an
the state
assortment.
too.
They
Oh,
got
man.
paint in Walmart. They got clothes in Walmart. And then they got the girls who shop at Walmart. It's a one-stop shop.
Bro,
it's
I
like
was-
Target.
I was at Walmart in Georgia once, and homie in front of me with his son. His son is maybe like 11. Man's got his groceries, couple light bulbs, regular Walmart shit right in the front, little round of fucking shotgun rounds. I'm
shit.
I'm also like 12.
That's
seeing
wild.
this.
I stole a
New
gun in
York-
Miami.
In New York, when you at the C-Town, you're not seeing bullet rounds. You said you stole a gun.
I stole a gun in Miami in front of my man's mom's, and I think she knew and act like she didn't know. It was one of those situations that Zeke is talking about where they sold guns. I'm not going to say the store. I couldn't resist. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me.
Wow.
Shout out Miami. I'm not going to say the year either.
Talk about a rack.
The
It's
art of getting over.
It was a crazy year. I was stealing every day. I didn't want to do laundry. I was stealing boxers, guns, socks, clothes, paint, food, everything. Shout out Wawa. You don't got to pay first, so I'm not going to pay at last. Like,
I
it's
fuck
a
with
dub
the
for
Wawa
that.
too. Wawa
I'm taking
go
that
crazy.
sandwich and I'm out, and I might take a Blistex and a nail cutter because that's how we
That's
live.
what gnarly living.
Rob is kind.
We thought this nigga was never gonna come back.
My friends would text me, yo, when are you I'm not coming back. Miami was lifestyle for a little bit. It's easy to get lost over there.
Quite the place.
Yeah.
Quite the
I can't
place.
talk too much about it because, certain things can be maybe revealed later on. But
That
if
place
you
is
got
fun.
my zine, I made a zine. It's called Miss My Flight for every time I miss my flight in Miami on purpose.
Facts.
Yeah, if you've seen it, then you got an idea of what was going on over there.
Self-published.
Yeah, always self-published. Listen, I got hit up this week. Get hit up a lot. I'm a man of the people. You know what I'm saying? When you're going to hit somebody up and ask them for something, have some type of courtesy. You know what I'm saying? At least you might have had a conversation with me, maybe bought one of my products one time, or you know somebody, or we talk ever so often. And niggas be hitting me up asking me for shit all the time. And if I didn't speak to you in a while, I might air you out. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey.
recently, somebody asked me, yo, where'd you get the zine made? I told them. Because why would I gatekeep that? It's all good. Go get that zine made, man. Go create. We should be empowering each other to create.
I'm working on a book this year.
That's what I'm talking about.
Scam's already on his fifth book.
Second, I'm on my second. I'm on third book. Second
see?
one got published.
You
I'm on
see?
my third. It's hard also to shoot everything that's beautiful is in the process, and so in the process of making anything, such as something like a book,
I love zines and books.
it's difficult because you got to choose the right photos. You got to have a title for the book. You have to know what is going to look good next to the other page. You know what I'm saying? It's a layout. So there's so much that goes into making a book. And
Also, when just releasing it, you have to have a good release. Everything has to be carefully
absolutely
curated.
Shout out to the Skinny Bar on the
Man, I'm
Lower
learning
East
from
Side.
y'all. I'm going hard this year. Watch. This shit gonna be a banger. I'm telling y'all. Y'all hearing it first.
Do you have a title for this book?
Yes, I'm not gonna say it right now, though.
Okay.
Yo, don't say nothing before you do it.
I don't like to say nothing,
Motherfuckers is weird out here. You might throw that shit out
gotta-
into the universe and
Someone might make
pick it
that
up.
same book.
Yep.
You gotta hold
a
your
fact.
ideas sometimes.
I
man.
mean, yes, I was listening to Rick Rubin, the dude that does all the creative work for all the artists, who doesn't rap himself. He just has the creative brain that he has. And he talks about how many people will have an idea. When you have an idea, you have to write it down. And then on top of that, once you have that idea, you have to take action. But you shouldn't speak on the idea. And you should definitely execute the idea before someone else, because all of antennas are basically working. And so if your antenna picks up this idea, someone else can. Their antenna might be on the same frequency as yours. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a frequency. That's what life is about. If you're going to be creative, you got to be tapped into that frequency like a radio station. You can only play one station at a time. If you're going to create, you got to be on that station. If you're going to go work out, you got to be on that station. Whatever you're doing, you got to be doing that, once at a time for you to reap the full benefits of it.
that's a fact.
You can't be like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. You're on way too many you're listening to rap. You're listening to fucking reggae on the it sounds crazy. You just want to listen to one smooth track.
Have
You know
some
what I'm
good
saying?
transitions, man. That's what Scale's trying to say.
Yes.
Have some good transitions. If your
Yes.
transitions is fucked up, the crowd knows.
Yeah.
And that's
The
spoken
crowd
from a
knows.
DJ himself.
I was a little rusty last night.
He actually
I
said
haven't
that to me last night. He was just like, yeah, the songs are good, but you need to work on that.
If they keep
transition."
talking about last night, I'm going to start to be upset.
Last night was a movie.
Last
night
listen,
was a
your
movie.
friends love talking about last night was a movie when you didn't show up.
Yeah,
Assholes.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
FOMO is a real thing.
FOMO
The
is a
fear
real
of
thing.
missing out. That's why you can't check your Instagram. If you're not going to go out, get off your phone.
Yo,
Nothing hurts
just
more
went
than
16
being in the
days.
crib and checking your phone and your friends are having fun without you.
16
Yeah.
days without a phone has been the most therapeutic 16 days.
Yo, you go straight survival mode when you lose your phone. When your
I
phone
had to-
dies, you
I
ain't
had
got
to,
no charger.
for me to accomplish that, I had to go to Cuba, where the service is different. I lasted 2 weeks without no phone. If you ask me if I can do that today, I have no clue. I don't know if I'm possible.
Bro,
of
I
it.
remember Ennie. His phone died or some shit. He was on the way to come link us. This is Ennie Chady boy. Shout out Ennie.
Shout out Annie.
This man Phil at the train station that we told Ennie to take to link us at the spot we were going to, writes Ennie, take this to this stop on the train with a marker. My man's read it when he linked up with us. He told us he read it. Straight survival mode, bro.
That is insane.
You know what I'm saying?
Where was this?
I think we were headed. Was it to Coney? Yeah, it was to
it
Coney.
was to Coney.
Listen, shout
Yeah.
out to Graffiti.
It said
Graffiti
Annie,
can be a compass.
Take train to Coney. I'm pretty sure that's what it said.
Graffiti
Take
is
trade
a
to Cody.
compass, and I can attest to that
You know what I
because I can catch a tag in a neighborhood that I've never been and get lost without my phone, but I'll remember that I passed this neighborhood because I wrote there. And then I'll start to follow the other tags, and long before you know, it's gonna lead me to your girl's house. That's what I was doing over there. For everybody who's always asking me, "Yo, you got tags everywhere. What were you doing over here?"
Yo, this guy is so annoying with tags because I love painting, but he'll catch 15 tags on one block and it'll take an hour of my time.
Graffiti's all about tagging. Is where it started. It's the buttery essence, as
Peak at
Earsnot said.
consistency. 15 tags on one block.
Bro,
Talk about being greedy.
That is greedy. Taking up every single spot on
nah,
the block.
but it would be a marker tag, an etch tag, a tag with a can, a tag on a cellar
Very
door
versatile. Very versatile.
on the same block.
Very versatile.
Very narcissist.
main character syndrome.
Very, you're gonna see me whether you want to or not. Very, I'm here next to you at all times.
Oh, man.
Very, I'm a part of New York City structure. Very, my name is on every block. I don't got a street sign like whatever his face is, but we here though. Now I want to talk about something else. one would consider you to be a fine artist. You make these incredible paintings for many numerous clients and people. Do you have any advice for anybody who does graffiti but is also a fine artist who pretty much bombs, and bomb is like the art of going out and street tagging, but also does murals and other? Did you have any advice for the kid who's confused? Were you confused at one point? Because they say that you're not really up, so.
That's a good question. A lot of artists can't break out of just, doing graph, a throw up, Bobby, how'd you do it?
That's the difference, because to me, it was never about graffiti. To me, it was always about the adventure. I grew up in a household in Astoria where I moved back to my old neighborhood after spending some time in Atlanta, and my dad was struggling. So in our household, there was about 11 kids running around in a 3-bedroom apartment in Astoria, so I always wanted to be outside. And to me, painting, I wasn't good at it. My friends didn't let me do it, so I'd go out and paint by myself. And I remember just having so much fun and feeling free roaming the Lower East Side. This was like 2008, late 2008, 2009, and just going to the Bronx by myself, going to all these neighborhoods. And I remember people critiquing my graffiti and I would get upset because you're critiquing me. But then again, you're not letting me or showing me how to paint, and you don't want me to be around in that aspect of your life, which I understand. It's okay. I was a toy. But then after doing so much graffiti, I progressed and I started doing straight letters, and then I started doing burners, and it all elevated, but I didn't even realize that I was getting good. I was just doing it a lot and doing it on bigger and better spots. So, I never thought I was going to get into fine art. I thought I was going to be a server for the rest of my life because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking to people. Easy money. You work 2-3 days, rent's paid, you chilling. And COVID happened, and I did a painting on these 2 pieces of paper, and I did it with watercolor. And one of my homies hit me up. He's like, yo, I got $200 for you. I'm like, for this? And then I looked at it, and it was very intricate. And I'm like, oh, shit. And my girl at the time, she seen that I made some money off of it. So next time I pulled up to her crib, it was just a whole bunch of canvases, different types of markers. And I just started banging out canvases naturally because it's COVID. There's nothing to do. So I just started doing that. And when life started getting somewhat back to normal, I told myself no matter how hard it gets, I'm just going to make this art shit work. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's going to happen. So I started doing a lot of freelance murals for different clients. And one summer, my boy Deck 2DX, he actually put me on to...
Shout out Deck.
Shout out Deck. He'll be on here soon.
To signage, sign painting, making top signs, making neon. He put me on to all of that. And even without me asking, he just put me under his wing. And one summer, we had all these clients like the New York Presbyterian Hospital.
Facts.
We painted all 16 of their locations.
Talk about it.
So shit really was like changing.
Shit was changing in my...
And it sounds like it was happening quick.
It was happening quick, and I got this job at 99 Franklin, and it was to paint one of their signs. And I pulled up with Deck, and he just showed me...
RIP 99.
RIP 99.
Times were had.
Oh, man, what a place.
Deck did kind of the wax on, wax off. He pulled up. He pump faked like he was gonna help me. Said he was gonna come back. Never came back on purpose. And then I did this big mural for 99
One can
Franklin.
say he believed in you,
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
or he
100%.
just,
99,
or
man.
he just wasn't with it that day.
Nah, he 100% believed in me because
Yeah.
that led to so many jobs. And then from that, Noble Signs hit me up. They're like, hey, we heard you're Deck's boy. Do you want to help us taking down the sign? I pulled up. I get on this crane, and we're taking down this vintage sign. He's like, oh, have you ever done anything like this? I'm I'm like, oh no, but if y'all ever need a helping hand, let me know. I do all strictly freelance, so I have free time. So from there, they started calling me more often, and at that time, we were rescuing old vintage signs that were just gonna get thrown away. We didn't know what we were gonna do, but we would store them at Noble Signs in East New York. And before we knew it, we had hundreds of old signs, neon signs. Starlit Diner on 42nd, very iconic. The Queen's Diner in downtown Brooklyn. So many different
Portfolio
signs.
go crazy, y'all. The portfolio go crazy.
And not till recently, this was about 3 years ago, until recently we had some funding. Shout out to Dave Barnett and Mac from New York Sign Museum.
Gang.
I like that.
We're actually taking off. We're sold out on tours.
One city at a time. And we're taking over. Who is that? Akon? Who is
Yo,
that? Who is that? We're
motherfuckers is
taking over.
Shout out Noble.
Ace
Shout out
Hood?
New
Who
York
is that?
Sign
Ace Hood?
Museum.
But
Akon?
Khaled.
Yeah.
To answer,
Yo, shout out Akon.
We got the music niggas in the
Scam.
building. What's up with the fucking music
Scam, real
trivia?
quick.
I gotta have this shit on lock.
I said all that to say this.
Right, because my boy went off. We gotta answer questions like.
I say that to say this. Always be organically yourself and don't sell out. Don't try to pretend to be someone that you're not. Because if you are truly who you are, people are going to flaunt you. Yeah. If you're contagious, it's going to work. But if we see that you're doing something strictly for the dollar or being disingenuous, hey, I'm a native New Yorker. I could point you out in a second, and I'll definitely just walk away from you. I don't have to entertain anything. So just every single day, put in that effort, those 10,000 hours. Be yourself. Go outside to different galleries.
Facts. Get inspired, man.
Yeah.
Go watch a movie. Go
Of
listen to an
course.
album. You know?
And it's funny
Listen
because
to a podcast.
what makes something a good album from an artist? Having a shitty album, getting there. That process.
You need to fail. You need to fail. You know?
Journey's everything.
Yes, sir. The journey is where it's at.
I mean, Bobby, don't get it twisted. You're really a heavy hitter in these streets, but truly to make that.
And guess what? Nobody needs to know you.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Listen.
To make that transition into what we're talking about, the muralist, the fucking
right. If
real
you know,
professional. Like Bobby's truly a professional painter.
Yo, listen. Whenever you do
You know?
anything, you do it for yourself. You don't do it for the validation. Now, what my man's is saying, he's not being validated all the time for the work he's put in. But guess what? That work is still getting put in.
Facts.
And if you guys don't know now, you'll know later.
Facts.
But then you'll be late. You'll be late. How could you not be inspired by this man that's sitting next to me? That's why he's here today. We're here to shine a light on Bobby EOK, also known as EOK-ism. You know what I'm saying? And because a lot of people, they see Bobby's story, they see he parties, they see he paints, but they don't know. He puts in a whole lot of work. You know what I'm saying?
They don't see the hours.
No, you know, if you know him, you understand. Like the passion on this man. He was taking a nap before we recorded this episode, and then all the friends that he has, all the birthdays that he has to attend. You know what I'm saying? So work-life balance, social life balance, spirit life balance. Because painting, what it does for us and our spirit, it uplifts us. You know, so. In life, you have to be financially well, spiritually well, and physically well. Work out, do something you love, and make money, all right? And it's amazing when you can do it with your friends. Chady 2025, we here. Best Friend Studios, we here. Episode 1 of the Undetected New York podcast with Zeke, Negash, Rob, Bobby, EOK, and myself. We are signing out. Thank you so much, everybody.
You're the best. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you. Also,
yes, sir. Thank you.
Just a quick shout out to Extra Butter. May 31st.
May 31st is going to be awesome.
Long Island City location.
Straight down.
And that's it.
Bow.
Bling, blow.
We out of here.
Peace.